Hey guys, Stan Madison here. We're down in Columbia, basically getting our bikes ready to ride again for this next section. I just wanted to take a quick moment to show you guys how to switch out a cassette with a hypercracker tool. This is a Junior hypercracker tool. Really simple. There's other brands, Premier. There's a couple different ones. This one's just really cheap. So I wanted to show you because I didn't have any video guidance, and it's quite useful. Right, so this is a close-up of the cassette here. This is the old one I'm trying to take off. Basically, the hypercracker here has some splines on it, and all you're going to do is put the splines in, face in onto that cassette until it kind of locks in, and you'll feel it. Next thing I'm going to do is put the quick release, the skewer back together, and then I'll take some more video. Alright guys, so it depends on your dropouts here. Mine are, this is a Surly Pugsley, so this is the dropouts I've got. And you'll see I'm just kind of trying to feed this tool in. It's basically going to fit with the quick release into the frame. And if you can just get a close-up on this tool right there, hopefully you can see how it's just resting right on the back, this hypercracker tool there. And I'm going to tighten this quick release down. Now I've actually got the quick release set up. I've got an old chain on the bike down here. So basically, I popped the bike upright, and I've just loosely put a chain on there. You can put your chain on through the derailleur if you prefer, but for me this was just easier. Now to actually to get this lock ring to undo, you can notice the tool on here. Now some people will complain this is a little bit harsh on your dropout. This is a steel frame. I'm not worried about that. It just depends. Don't take my advice for it, but I'm comfortable doing it on my bike. So I'm going to crank these pedals as if I'm cycling forward, and you're going to hear a click.
Don't break my bike!
There you go. So you can hear that click. Sounds aggressive. It wasn't on there too tight actually, but so basically I'm just loosening it off, and it should be loose enough now that I can take it out by hand. So I'm just trying to get this chain off here. Basically, real quick to show you. And I've undone the quick release, and this will pop off. Put this down, deal with the frame, and look at this. If you can see, this tool will now unlock the lock ring. So right there, the lock ring is up. I've got to take the quick release off to actually access the cassette, but I'll show you that in a mo. Okay, we got this far. We got a little dirty. That's all good. And if you just check this out here, this is the cassette. Obviously, this is probably basic to most people. So you're just popping off these couple of rings. This is all garbage. I'm not too worried about treating it well or anything like that. So you can see that we've managed to take off the cassette without actually having to use a couple of heavy tools. And while touring, that's really essential. Especially for us, we find, I mean, some people might prefer to carry them, but certainly we're weight conscious, and this little guy, I mean, it's probably about 10 grams, so really impressive. So we'll just pop the new cassette on. You gotta look for line the splines up correctly, which is not too hard. Pop the little ring on here. Just finish getting this thing built. So we're really excited to get back on the road here, and we still have a little bit more this repair stuff to do, but coming along fairly well. The next thing I'm going to do is I've got this thing all built. I put the lock ring just gently on the top there. I'll grab the little hypercracker, thread it in again, and just finger tight. I'm just going to kind of tighten this down to a point that it's clicking. So you see, and you're definitely not going to over tighten it with this tool, so don't even worry about that. And now I'm going to put this back on the frame exactly like I had it the last time. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, the final step here, you can see the hypercracker is on here. Now, you're basically going to turn it the only way that it's going to work. See, if I turn the wheel the wrong way, the hypercracker is doing nothing. To give it a final tighten, you're just going to turn that wheel against the hypercracker. Hear that clicking? And you don't want it too tight. That's enough. That's it. Just needs to be nice and snug. And then next time, the great thing is that it won't be too tight, so when you're trying to take it off of the actual bike, you won't have any issues. The first time that I took it off there, that was actually, it had been tightened in shop, so it was a little harder, but now next time it'll be a piece of cake. So I hope this is you know, helped you out a little bit, and hopefully we'll have some more videos up sometime that have a little couple tips that'll make things a little bit easier when you're on the road.